I know your selections are behind a wall.
I like the deuce, man. I think the deuce can maybe turn the tables a little bit.
Paulie picking the Barrett Sales Grad All-Star Bub at 7-1 as we see Midnight Miley moving forward. Toward the outside, Luminance stepping into line, backs away slightly, a bit hesitant. The 4 backs away now as well, Miss Mandate. So waiting on these two to move in a line, and also the outside filly, and then we'll be ready for a start here. As there's a look at the 8. That is Wild at Heart, who has run well in both lifetime starts. And you know, Paulie, for Papa Mandella, who's not really known for winning first time out, right, over the years.
This horse is talented, yeah.
Yeah, and this horse took a lot of money.
No, she did, and she ran well, and
then again,
she
I mean,
looks good too.
Yeah, Humoristica did win first out. We just saw her back today. Here's the 7th live from the Great Race Place.
And away they go. Luminance was off a little slow. Miss Mandate hopped out the gate and goes straight to the lead. Midnight Miley's along the inside. They now been joined by Lady Zuzu in the blue cap. Fast early pace. Wild at Heart is forced to go wide early on as they all go into their turn together. Buttercup Gold meanwhile moves up 4th. Luminance races between horses in a little tight down at the rails. Sweet Renata only 4 lengths covers all those runners. All-Star Bub is the early trailer. Onto the backstretch they go, and Miss Mandate on the far side, and Midnight Miley the 2 leaders. Just in behind that comes Buttercup Gold. On the far side is Lady Zuzu adjoined 3rd. They then followed by Wild at Heart in the 5th spot. Sweet Renata down at the rail. Luminance alongside of that. 5 lengths covers the first 7, and then another 4 back to All-Star Bub. They've run past the half-mile pole, and Midnight Miley goes on now, leads it by a length. Miss Mandate's in 2nd, along the inside, Buttercup Gold. On the far side, Wild at Heart, and now here's Wild at Heart coming to tackle, and Luminance is starting to move in on the far side. Luminance coming after the leaders now, and All-Star Bub winding up from last. 1/4 mile to go, and Wild at Heart now looks dangerous on the far side. Miss Mandate tries to keep her at bay. Luminous down the centre of the track, and All-Star Bub, this one still wide open. They come for home. Wild at Heart and Luminance, the 2 that come to fight it out now. Wild at Heart hanging on. Luminance right up alongside. These 2 run to the wire together. Wild at Heart, Luminance, nose and nose. Luminance, Wild at Heart. A head bob. Luminance, Wild at Heart. Miss Mandate 3rd, and All-Star Bub was 4th.
A photo for the win here, either Luminance or Wild at Heart, your 2 favorites here, nose to nose as they hit the wire.
Wow, what a race this was. 2 fillies here going down the wire, laying it down. The 8's running her heart out. And I'll tell you what, the 7 ran a bang-up race, especially off this long of a layoff. And it's going to be a head bob here between the horse on the inside, Wild at Heart, and the Baffert runner. Yay! You know what? This is sorry. I'm done with these photos. I missed my first photo in like 10 years since I've been back here at Santa Anita. I think the 7 got the photo here, your favorite. But these 2 fillies are very nice fillies. And how about the Calbred? The 4 ran good.
The 7 Luminance missed the break a little bit as well. We'll talk more about that on the other side of this timeout. Don't go anywhere. Let's take a look back at the start of race number 7, where our favorite Luminance kind of got away slowly, Paulie. I don't know if this one hops at the start or what. We'll take a quick look. Ooh. Just gets away a little slowly, it seemed like there.
Makes it even more impressive. Listen,
right?
You know, so many times you talk about Bob, and I think a lot of people will look at Bob and Mr. Kaleem Shaw and say, listen, he's got a lot of bullets, and that's why he wins races. Yeah, but there's a lot of guys that get a lot of bullets and don't win these kind of races. And this horse off of, listen, an 8-month layoff.
Yeah.
Obviously he's had talent. For her to get left in the gate, she fought a good filly because the 8's a real filly too. So, and the 4 and the 2 are 2 really good Calabreds. They're just not as good as these 2 horses. But Luminance, Tail the Cat, the Bridal Songmare, there's so many different things they can do with this horse. Turf, now that she can go long, to me, she proved a little bit to me because I know the 8's got some substance.
First start on dirt, first start off a layoff,
yeah,
first try going 2 turns, and slightly missed the break. And Luminance wins $5, $340, $240. Martine Garcia, as Paul, you had mentioned Kaleem Shah, Bob Baffert. Coming up next, it's